All right, I'm going live in a new video and I'm gonna have to put this link into Discord. So welcome to Track Feedback. If I can grab this. This is gonna just take a second. All right, got that. You're gonna watch me grab. Copy that over to Discord. Okay, taking a little second to get us actually working on the right video. There it is. And my monitor volume is down. Problem with the server? All right, we're in a new video. I don't know what that problem with the server was, but while I'm in Discord, I can deal with that, close that window. Running with the tech situations. Got Paul Robinson. Okay, so I am closing Discord. We're on the Mindbender track. Okay. So, welcome to Track Feedback. Thanks for coming over here. All right, Randy Martin, Alex B is here, OSP, Sheppers. Thanks for coming over, everybody. At the beginning, I just started like 3 videos and did a 1-minute intro on each one and found out that the time lag, it wasn't coming through. So, oh my gosh, crazy week. My joke was I have a new collection of tiny screwdrivers after replacing a MacBook fan, and I got a new battery coming in. I had a laptop die and had to switch everything over yesterday at the last minute in the morning before my other job and couldn't do production tips at all. So sorry about that. It'll be back up and running pretty soon, and I think I can do track feedback. I'm doing chat on my phone, but I can see your comments. So Alex B sent me a track on SoundCloud. Ooh, I got the link 37 seconds ago. That's one thing that's working smooth. Bionic Man, super update. Watch me right click, new tab. Pew. Because I don't want to ditch out this track. The background music is a Mindbender mix that we're going to review in a little bit more detail. And I want to say again, this track is amazing. Morton, you put so much work into it. I feel like, I did a little sound design, but this is like a total Mindbender gem. So, and Paul Robinson's here. Okay, Paul, I got your track up early because I know you have to leave. So we got your late entry. I want to make sure I do that one in a minute. But first, okay, there's an idea that's been going around. This is some news I want to talk about because it's really exciting. It's something I've been thinking about for a while, which is making a Mixotexture publishing situation, which is like a record label or a series of compilations or something, and a lot of people are interested in it, and a lot of people have a lot of skills to make it happen. Last time this came up a year ago or whatever, I still felt like I was kind of doing everything myself, and I did not want to start a record label and then have it just get ignored or be crappy or not, do one release and then give up or whatever. And now we have something that's a lot more like a team, and I'm like, holy crap, we have all these really talented people who are all interested in publishing tracks that don't have another place to go. And I realize everybody could take their tracks, shop them around to some labels and get them published because the music is that good. The music coming out of this group, you guys, it's pro level. But not everybody wants to put in the time to do the networking and find the labels and get the contracts and publish and have like a one-off release. I mean, that might not be the best option for everybody. So the conversation is, what happens if we start a Mixotexture label and start putting out compilations of the music that comes from the group that's really excellent music? And it doesn't have to be a genre-based label. So it's not going to be like, oh, we're a deep house label, or oh, we're a drum and bass label. I think it can be an electronic music label coming from the group with an eclectic release, like however often, like a compilation of 12 tracks or something. Different BPM, different genres, different vibes, but it's all bass and beats. I think that's the core definition of what I would envision it to be. And if I could dream, I could say 4 releases a year, like 4 compilations. You know what I used to love is getting a double pack on vinyl of an album where you can listen to it for like an hour and a half, and there's crazy tracks that go through different beats and everything, and then little skits in between, like a great double pack hip hop album or something, or like an album that's like a universe, you know, not just like 12 deep house tracks with 5 remixes of 4 tracks. Like, I mean, that's cool if you're DJing, but I'm thinking of something that's like a listening album that you could DJ with one of the cuts, or you could put it on and hear the whole thing and be like, oh my gosh, these people are all really good. So that's sort of my rough idea of doing it. We have started a new channel in Discord called Record Label, MXT Record Label, I think. And anybody who wants to be part of this project, let us know and we'll give you the permission to be in that channel. And to be clear, for anybody who's watching, this is not about like, oh, I want to publish my track, come and publish my track. Like, if you want to be part of the Record Label channel, it means you want to work and either do some design or some communications or some video editing or some of the upload, download, promo work, or something. Like, if you have a skill related to digital art, communication, networking, if you have a skill that you can bring to the project and help us make this whole thing better, we're going to need it. You know, we're going to need help with, just off the top of my head, you know, clearly there's graphic design, there's video editing to take the tracks and make little previews, like Instagram posts with a 1-minute preview of each track needs a cover that's going to look good. We need to have a place to upload it, which probably is going to be Bandcamp to start with, but there's more to deal with that. And most of all, we need communication to have things like who's involved, what are the tracks, what are the deadlines, when are we publishing, how is it all going to come together, and someone who can do project management to coordinate everything in a smooth way. Now, I do project management myself, but I would need some help with that. What are you guys talking about? In-house publishing should be better anyway. Network's already there. Bandcamp, yep. Alex bartended part-time, worked 11 hours, dude, right? DJ Waters, nice to see you here. Yeah, I have bartended in the past. Okay, so that's enough about that. The main idea is that I think we should start a compilation that's going to be a beautiful album to listen to and do it a couple times a year. Maybe plan the first 3 releases, get those out, and then get into Label Works and put stuff up through to Beatport and the other portals and everything. Mr. Melvis, I got that. I think you were talking about project management and SEO and possibly, and then there's all these other questions about, are we going to have a label that's like a whole other site for the label, a whole other social media profile for all those things? Because the Mixotexture socials are kind of like sort of me as a teacher and my brand. It's not about my music, but it might make sense to make a whole new branding campaign for the label as a portal for the music with splits out to everybody else's individual artist identities. And then I would like to have a split over to like, hey, here's the whole program of teaching and lessons where you can get some help to get into this program. So let's keep talking about that. Oh, Matt Schultz, internet radio background too. And what I'm building this on in my background, in case anybody didn't know, the most successful thing I did in my DJ career was a series of small festivals in Prague with my friends where we had a DJ crew and we did parties. We had video VJs who came and did all the lighting. And by the time we got together, there were like 20 performers with singers, live electronic, vinyl DJs, Ableton DJs, and then video mapping people who would just like do a whole place. We didn't have any lights except for video beamers. Their half of it was called Bring Your Own Beamer. So the whole place was all lit up. And then we'd rent a Function One sound system, book all our friends to play, get a couple people from out of town to be like bigger names to play. And we did a good series of 4 or 5 parties. But the thing that made it work was not only was everybody a performer, but I was like the audio engineer and did the accounting because I was booking bands for my day job, or my nighttime day job. And we had a graphic designer and a person with a radio show and a web designer to put it all up online and a bartender actually in the crew. We had the person making the brownies and the cookies to provide the party packs. We had all the different elements that make an actual event, even people to work the door and take care of like alcohol and toilets and electricity and generators and just all that shit. Everybody in the crew did some kind of work that was really critical for making the party happen. And that's why the party series was fun and successful. And we made enough money at the end of every party to rent the sound system for the next one. And we did like 5 or 6 of them. And the reason it died is because One person wanted to open a bar and buy a sound system. Another person wanted to buy a truck and take it on tour and make it a series that travels around. Another person wanted to make an outdoor summer festival once a year and not do either of the other things. And everybody started going off in their own directions, and it was just like, all right, we're not going to do any of those things. So it's a good idea to have a vision from the start that's like the scope of what we're going to achieve, and then just have people come in and work on it together and promote our own music, of course. That's why we love this. So I think you get the idea. That's enough of Steve talking. OSP is the Groove CEO, absolutely. DJ Waters is going to be the ambient meditation, the first aid clinic. DJ Waters is our medical supervisor. All right, I'm going to pause this. I talked over our track the whole entire time. We'll come back to that one. Let's start off with Paul Robinson and see what you got. Let me play, and I'm going to turn up. Oh, by the way, hear how quiet that is? How quiet? My dead fan is gone. Oh, bringing us in with the bonky kick drum. Oh my God, I love it. I love it already. I dig it. Turn it on my headphones. These are good sounds, man. I like how that bass line is a little bit burnt, distorted. Good. Little reverse bump in there. I'm feeling this one sub bump right here. That D1 coming up at 74. That bass bump that's pumping up is 190 hertz. Is so cool. I think the kick drum can be louder. Little EQ. Bass line is good. The kick drum I think could be a little louder compared to that sub bump coming up. Percussion is good. Some peaks tweaking my ears. What do you mean? Are those percussion or those squeaky leads? I'm guessing maybe that 1.5K. Right there, 3 kilohertz. Yeah, you do not want squeaky spikes coming up at 3K at all. That's where I would use a notch EQ with a really tight width, right at 3. How did you get these sounds going on? Rushing in a quick mix. Hey, it's working. Okay, right here. That kick like this with more bass EQ on it. You feel that with no sub? If we could have the kick like that and then the sub the way it was before, I'd say you're good. That's like a big plus 6 dB at 60 hertz. Let's see what happens. Yeah, that was squeaky leads. Oh my God, right here. Yeah, those hi-hats. I like the clap sound. It's kind of dark. Oliver, you mean the 909 kick drum? I think it is the whole time it was like that. It's a great deep kick. It's just not. We're not coming. It's not coming through enough to hear the whole body of it. We'll play the intro again to hear that kick. This track is great because it's so simple. That fuzzy bass line's moving around. There's just enough little percussion changes and squeaky melody things. It's like bass line beats a melody and that's it. It's simple, gives you what you need. I have the feeling we're gonna get a right there. So that kick drum is solid, right? And then when the sub comes in, it's like, okay, the sub is a bunch louder than the kick drum. So take the sub bass down a little bit, bring the kick drum up a little bit, and maybe take some of the high frequencies off the kick. Or relatively bring the highs down, bring the lows up. That kick is so buttery and big, it's gonna be great. Cut off. Yes, good shit. And then around here, where was it? Watch out from like 1500 to 4000. Because those frequencies that come up at 3K like a spiky needle are going to feel like a spiky needle. The claps. Uh-oh, DJ Waters wants the kick drum. Watch out. Cool, Paul, that is great, man. That is like 99% done. A little tweak on the low end mix and a little bit of EQ on that melody sound and you're done. Now you could fix both of those things in mastering, but if you can do them in the mix, then the master is going to be even better and more butter and wetter and moist. Bionic Man. Ooh, a Mindbender master for real. Are we done? Is this done? Is this ready? EQ flat. Imagine that. Press play. Stop talking. Yes. Let me balance my right and left so it looks right. Oh shit, it's so clicky, it's so good. Whoa. Right. Yes, this is those sound design. Crank it up to the... Yeah. Who's playing this in big speakers? Matt? Yeah. There's so much sound effects going on. It almost sounds like we're listening to a whole movie where the music is the soundtrack and then there's like action happening, like people like breaking into a computer or something. Like, yeah, Oliver, I was looking at the kick drum too. It's like sounds great on the Genelecs. All right. Genelecticals. The mid-range is coming through so bright and like good. So scratchy. Giving you that low end. Ooh. Oh, mixed on Gentle X and a sub. So Alex, are you doing DJ gigs in Detroit? Are there shows happening now? And were you there for Demp when the Detroit Electronic Music Festival? Did you ever like get to those? I didn't go to any of those, but that was a cool thing. Matt, good question. How do you get the hats so metallic yet clean? Wait, Alex, were you Chicago or Detroit? I'm sorry, I might have just had the wrong city in my head. I love those little squiggles. Feels kind of to me like looking at water when you don't know what's under the water. There's little things coming up to the surface and going underneath again. Movement, okay. I don't think I'm a good DJ yet. You don't have to be a good DJ, just gotta put your elbows up in the air when you're mixing. And then everybody will think you're like Paris Hilton. This sounds amazing, you guys. Morton, really nice job. Alex, you got it done. And it's definitely ready. And that little that sound that keeps going and keeps going. For me, that's like my favorite part. Like the 1 bar loop of techno. It's not even 1 bar, it's like a 2-beat loop. Right? 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Half bar loop. Yeah, stand on the table, yell into a mic, and throw stuff at the audience. Go like this. Cool, so now we're in the rollout, the mix out, the ending, still totally solid. Got the crackle fuzz happening in there. I guess there were some comments on Discord about the sound effects and everything. It works for me. Track's working. I would like to hear how this would fit. How this would fit together with a bunch more tracks in a set. Would like the whole set have sound effects, or would it be like? I don't know. Do you have a concept of making a bunch? You know how Shepherd's has a whole bunch of tracks that are going to fit together in a set. So Alex, I'm wondering if you have a whole bunch more tracks coming in. That are going to fit together. You know what might be fun, just for you didn't ask for suggestions, but what might be kind of cool is have tracks that are like a live version of this where you've got the beats and bass and the whole groove laid together with the drums and everything like a timeline, and then have the samples in a drum rack that you could get the track going like, you know, like a DJ mix, and then on top of it improvise with some of these crazy sound effects and have some stuff you could tweak into other effects to have like the visiting sound splashes coming on top of a live mix. That would be crazy. Matt, oh, cool. There is a ride rack in the presets thread that you can use. Dig it. Morton, play this out on Wednesday. Oof. Yeah, you had a gig coming up. I saw you posted that. So, Alex, good job. Good job. Good job. I'm curious, when did you first start that track, if you want to let us know? So, now moving on to a different genre. Let's see what Mr. Melvis has been up to in his secret laboratory. Bringing up the master. Oh, the end game to play live. Seriously, it's a good idea to export stems from your tracks, so you have a live set where you could DJ with Ableton and basically have 4 channels where it's like kick drum, all the other beats, all the other synths, and then leave space for live shit on top to improvise with. It can really be a lot of fun. Randy, track was a little too busy. I know what you're saying. People did comment on that. That's a matter of taste, I guess. I'm digging these chord changes. Let me pump this up a little bit. I like how the bass line sort of has the melody. It's a really active. Wait, what was that? Around a minute, the bass line went up on that fast fill and came down slow. It seemed a little awkward, like the notes were kind of fumbling or something. Get that out of my way. Okay, this is a place where the drum beat should change. I would do like a tom thing. Or even cut the drums. And then 203 come back into the beat. So that whole break have a different drum thing happening. The violins do feel real. Randy, I did not get your track. Thanks for tagging me on that shit. Can you send it on the SoundCloud messages so I can grab it? It is a different drum beat? Okay. Which leads me to another comment that the drums are... That's a nice fill. The drums are kind of low in the track. Guitars sound awesome. I like this lick a lot. That one that's down, kind of now. Okay, we're fading down. I'm gonna go back. So opening with the crash is cool. But I think you could cut the drums out here. Kind of more dramatic intro with piano and bass. And then the drums can come in with the acoustic guitar. Bill Smith, hey! Your last track was amazing. So here's our groove, right? And then the place to shift. .132. So at that section after 130, do, and what's the opening? Okay, so the opening beat is like do, right? And then the other one is like, and then the other one has the extra kick drum. They're similar enough that the first time I heard it, I didn't really feel like the beat had changed. and the energy level changes in the track. What would happen if we cut the drums coming up right here? Just silence and fills and crashes. I'll drum for you. Air drums. Clinch. And then maybe 147 bring in a cymbal beat. And you know what, seriously? At that part in the middle, I would double time the hi-hats because it's the bridge and like the guitars are aggressive. What would happen if the drums came in like 147? You know, first you have a gap with just hits like I was doing, those drum fills, air drummer. And then at 147, come in and kind of speed up the drum rhythm, not the BPM. Because it feels like here it's only kick drum and snare. I think there might be a quiet hi-hat, but I think a bright hi-hat on double time. And then here it chills back down to the original beat. So that way that bridge would have like an energetic rise of aggressive guitar sound, bigger fills and cymbals, and then here it's chilled back out to like violin and a kind of laid back drum groove. Can try that. Cool, yeah. And more. You guys. Alex B, good comment. The instrumentals and the storyline. Definitely. Mr. Melvis has it going on with the chord changes, instrumentation, and variations and stories. Cool. Let me pull down the volume. Let's just check our ending again. And gentle jazz. I would put this closer to stoner rock. I think a good hard stoner psychedelic rock could feel this. Jazz people are going to be like, I don't know what to do. It's got the stoner rock vibe with those big arena guitars and then the progression. So super cool. Yeah, play around with the drums. And I think the bass line, I mean, I love the bass line having so much of the character of melody and stuff. The bass line could probably come a little bit lower in the mix, and the drums could be louder, especially the hi-hats, because the hi-hats are going to be a very clear signal of how the energy is changing. So if you could get the hi-hat part louder and do some changes on the drum programming, that would be cool. Good one, good one, good one. Good comments. All right, Ben Hunt is not here. Late for school. So he gets bumped. Matt Schultz, 124, Techno, Mix 3, talking about clarity. Right. Speaking of stoners, be right back. Oh, I didn't know you do landscape gardening with some rocks. Sorry, being gross my coffee cup. Oh, Tony's here. Good, I got your track for later too. Let me push this level a little bit. Randy, we need it sent to the SoundCloud Mixotexture user, not the Steve Nazi user. I don't see that track yet, sorry. Yeah. That echo plug is really cool. I think this is plenty clean and crisp, actually. I'm not having a problem with any of these sounds. Nice low end. split. You found us. That hi-hat. See, that's a nice... Okay, that mid-range thing is a little bit loud. As it changes and gets... As the filter and delay change. I guess for mastering you could compress the mids a little bit so it's not quite poking up as much. I like that build. I think that reverse cymbal could be a little louder. I felt it coming and I was like, yeah. Here. You could push that reverse cymbal a little bit louder. And that subtle delay on the bass line is still like, really done right. Upgrade with a double D for 2 doses of this beat. Totally. Melodic techno with a heavy dub vibe. Right in there. Es kommt immer zum Schluss. What that means, but yeah, Matt, this is solid, man. I would cut the clap out here. Yeah, that clap echo was really cool. I think the clap echo should be like right at the gap. And that little tap, don't break that yet either. And that drum fill was super cool. What was that? Okay, that little before the drop, ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. How did that come in? So that drum fill should be crazy loud. Here at this part, have the clap echo. So the 424, where the clap echo was right there, do that coming in at the breakdown, and then just remove the clap and the rim shot taps here. Because the bass delay and the synth world and everything is so good, you don't need the little percussion in there. Just take the claps, put them in a little box, and send them to DJ Waters. And then the claps come in again, solid right here. How the melody is like in the mid-range, kind of like keeping us nice and deep. Little call and response there. Now it's good to have the claps and the kick like this. So Morton, low mids, dynamic EQ. a solid organ that keeps going. It's a little gritty. Hey, Paul, thanks for coming in. Really glad your track sounded so good. Bring that back on Wednesday for an update. And drive careful. Morton, 300, 600. All right. This organ right here. Just those two chords back and forth. Or one chord with a note coming and going. Totally. So that last bass note, let's check that EQ again. So if it's a D at 145, then 290 or 300 might be a spot. And then 600, where your low mids, if that's the note we're hearing all the time, that could be the note that's like, oh, it's a little murky or something like that. Matt Schultz, get some claps. Good shit. All I really got to say is that the drum break tap tap thing right here was super cool. Really clicky, kind of tappy kind of break. All you really got to do is do the clap echo at 408 and cut the claps and taps. Do a much louder drum break right there. Reverse crash could be louder coming into the washy sections. And other than that, I don't think there's anything else it needs. It sounds amazing. They're totally in the flow. Oh, there was a couple parts where the pluck synth was like pluck, 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 was a little bit loud. So maybe some compression on your synth group so it can still be like doing some filter and delay changes without spiking up quite as loud. But I'm in headphones. Who knows? I could be wrong. Okay, I got mail. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Diamond District Studios. What's happening? The bang. All right. Okay, so now I can look at this mailbox and possibly lose a tab. Oh, shit, I got all these messages. Ooh, I got messages. Pill Smith, cool. Pill Smith, subtle grit. Let me make sure I got these right. Okay, so that's Scarlo coming in. And Randy Adams. Delirium. Which one are we doing? 1 month ago. 5 hours ago, 1 month ago. Okay, 5 hours ago. Take that one. I have more tabs than you guys can see. Candy Lee, I'm not playing whatever you're sending me. All right, so Delirium, I think, is going to be the right track. Don't you be bad meat. And Pill Smith and Ben Hunt. Canada, Oliver. So Oliver, do we have any updates on these two? And then Noise Control. See, Shepherd's out. All right, gotta go. I always like to play the tracks from people who are here. So we're gonna do Delirium. Let's go to DJ Waters next because I know he's been all waiting. And we got Randy Adams, we got Pill Smith, and then Ben Hunt, Scott, and Oliver. If you got updates, I don't know if those. Oh, Flusive Words looks like 18 hours ago. Looks like an update. And you're gonna come before Ben Hunt. And we're gonna pull this up to here. Look at me making a playlist. All right, everybody ready? Prepare yourselves. We will now experience version 3 noise control. I'm glad we got a break right there. That's a good moment. I needed a break already. Yes. I like it right here. I still don't really like that melody. It's kind of crowded. That shit was amazing. What was that? Right here. Mr. Melvin, see you later. Happy birthday. Okay, once in a while that melody fits, but yeah, super crisp. The beat player on the kick too. Pew, 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 pew. That noise control. Perfect vocals. Those reverse brakes. I want to loop that. I would loop that one bar for like an hour. All right. You know what I say to everybody, right? Cut the percussion in the breakdown. Oh, so good. Let me roll that back. I have this theory that people who love electronic music only just want a kick drum and then they want to not be bored. So if you can make music with an insane, awesome kick drum and it's not boring, that's all we want. Right here. Freaking giving it to you. There's that sub. That's good. That's good. Good snare rush. I like how the snare drum rush really sings that wow. Like the snare drum build. In case you can't hear me, the snare drum rush leads up and builds to that sound. It goes wow, 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 wow at the end of the snare drum. Usually a snare drum rush, it leads to a drop or it leads to a breakdown or something. And here it's like, yeah, we hear the buildup coming and it goes somewhere. And the other thing I want to comment on that is super cool is somehow the whole entire track is like flatlined and jacked up loud, but you can still hear things coming to the front and coming back. So the compression is good compression layering or whatever. One more time. It's like super compressed, but it doesn't feel like the dynamics are squished to death. I don't know how you did it. I mean, I do. That melody is really good. I would extend that ending 2 bars longer. So there's a clear thing at the end that goes bow, 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 bow. So you could loop that melody at the end because people who play this, if I had this track and I was playing a set with this, I would totally want that last melody as one clean loop of only those notes. So I could loop those and then mix in another whole track and keep that loop going and just, mess with it for a while. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, dun, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum. And then end with that clonk sound. Because you got to give the DJ something to loop, man. What else do they know how to do? I would call it clipping, not compression. Yeah, it totally works. The whole track is like slamming and dynamic and alive and it doesn't feel compressed. I mean, clearly it feels like everything is smashed, right? But somehow inside of that, you can still have a snare drum buildup that gets louder. It's not just starting smashed and staying smashed. There's stuff that comes and goes in the mix, which is really nice. We've heard tracks before where like it might be a trance track where the intro has just a kick drum and the kick drum is huge. But then when we get to the synth stack and the bass line and everything, all of a sudden you can't feel the kick drum because everything is compressed the wrong way. And this is compression the good way, where the kick drums are blasting and other sounds still come and go. I like the kick drums here, so I want to hear this again. These. Oh my God. Just those couple. So good. Let's go back to the beginning, because these are so good. Buzz coming in. Now it's getting wild. All good, all good. Now it's like chaos, right? That melody is too much chaos for me. I was so happy at this break. And then it's all good right here. So the opening kick drum sound was super cool. That little middle stretch right here, there was like a ton of claps and a ton of snares and then a grinding fuzz layer and a totally extra melody. And I was like, ah! But I don't know. I suspect possibly Chaotic Overload might be part of the style. No, you don't even need extra 16 bars. It's like an extra 1 or 2. But yeah, so DJ Waters, this one sounds done. Version 3 is completely playable. And the best thing about it is all the frequency ranges are in control. The mix is sounding great. The stereo width, the changes, the vibrations in the changes, everything is coming at you in the right vibe. So the mix is really good. We can argue composition on how many extra melodies or whatever, but I think you're totally in the zone with this one. And it's done on this mix, or maybe one more version if you wanted to for a little tiny ending. You know what you could do is just make a hot cue point and loop. You could loop that and have a usable loop with the melody and the hi-hat. There was one place I said cut the hi-hat, right? Did I say that? Not there. Anyway, good shit, man. Good, good, good. Let's move on. So, Flussaufwärts. What does that word mean? Flussaufwärts. Let's find out. And EQ is flat. Here we go. Another good dose of kick drum therapy. And Ian, thank you for the record label feedback ideas. You put in a lot of good suggestions in there. So we're gonna follow up on that. Oh my God. Hold on, I was talking at the wrong moment. We got a triple bump. Those kick drum bumps, man. Boom, boom, boom. That bass line. That clap sound is a little loud now. I mean, let's see what happens when it layers up. Okay, there we go. at the right volume. What the hell? That like came from behind me. So are you doing those transitions on the master channel? In a pitch? Wait, a pitch shift? So that was cool. I don't know if you guys noticed that. There is a little half step motion where the chords are going bow, 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 boom, do, do, do. A little chromatic, like a little step in between the chords before the gap. Effects on the mix bus. Water. Oh my gosh. All right. Can you make the water get louder and louder and louder towards the drop? Here it's nice and quiet. If it could like rush up like those delay taps speeding up are great. Now water like and that little snare beat. Super good rhythms. Yeah, it's taking us there with the little, that sounds like a live, like something a DJ would do live. When you hear it on the whole mix bus, it feels like a live performance. All right, dropping it. Totally in the vibe. So simple too. Bassline, beat, sub, and then a couple little tweaks and like on track. Yeah. I'd be on the dance floor going like this. Phil Smith, yeah, creativity in the fills. Strong point, totally. Oh, that was like a doubled up. Sounds like rockin' doubles when you go. Wait. Throw it back and forth across a copy of the record to get that double snare shit. That double bump. Bassline on the upbeat in between kick drums. There's a mix you could loop. Solid. All right. All I could think of to say is raise the volume of the water thing and the build up coming through to the drop. And if you want to in this opening intro thing, I know that snare clap thing is going to be good for beat matching, but for listening, it feels too loud because we don't hear anything else yet. But it's an important snare for beat matching. So did it again for sure. And for anybody watching who's working on your arrangement universe and learning how to build tracks, I mentioned this is so simple. Like we've got a kick drum, a bass line, a couple of hi-hats and ride and percussion things and a snare, and then a great pad synth that's got rhythm that draws you in. So those are the elements you need to build in a loop. It could be an 8-bar loop. as soon as you've got that going with those sounds filling up those frequency ranges, the next thing you do is get into transitions, variations, drum fills, gaps, things you can tweak to make it change like every 8 bars with a little thing that's just like that little reverse we just heard. A couple double kick drum bumps or reverse kick drums, and you can have a whole interesting track for 5 or 6 minutes without needing to have like 20 synth layers or tons of extra changes or something. It's really like electronic music can be so simple and so amazing, and it's the variations and changes that you do inside the layers that make it sound like there's somebody in there tweaking it that keeps it interesting. Like that shit. Good illustration, Oliver. Who said drop the bass at the end? Let's check out the ending because I'm not sure. Those little ba-doom, so good. Da-boom, double, got it. All right, where are we gonna count out for the bass? Here? I think it's cool. The bass goes into just one note. That's cool. What I would do DJing is just cut the low and loop the drums if I really needed to extend the ending and then have that drum layer to mix the new beat coming in. So Morten, you're saying you got a disco groove going on, you want to get rid of the bass line? 1, 2, 3, okay, 1, 2. Oh, where does the synth drop out? Here. So 515, would you drop the bass there? Maybe here. Try 29 and doom. Maybe at 530 I would cut the bass and just have a beats going out, but like I said, having the bass line in the ending doesn't ruin it for me as a mix. If I had to, I'd just cut the low EQ and use the kick drum from the new incoming track or something. Nice tight reverb. OSP, getting some claps. That's something we did in the Pittsburgh Ableton meetup. When it was live, we'd have 20 people in the room and everybody would clap, and it always felt nice to get some claps on your tracks. Now you get to hear me clapping in a room by myself. I was booked to hit play, not to filter out low ends. That's right. I got it right. All right, am I getting everybody? We got Pilsman, we got Randy Adams coming through. This should be a nice match with the last track. EQ flat. Wait, what? Okay, I heard a glitch on the first time. I'm just going to reset back to the beginning. Okay, it's clean. I get paid to drink Red Bull. I don't know why people are touching these knobs. I like the world of these synths. Oh, Pill. Like how it fades out. Okay, Randy, that clap needs to be louder, I think. Let's see what comes in the layers, but first response is the clap could be louder. That's a good sound. Yeah, the synth is super cool. Knock knock kick. I like the soft feel of the chords. Vocal could be louder. All right, those hi-hats are that shaker thing is a nice volume. There is space for a bass line. Do we get a bass line? I don't know if Randy doesn't always do a lot of bass line, maybe. Maybe you could do like just a sub bass kind of little note in between. Just like one of those. Kind of because like the chords are like kind of random. So maybe just a bass note that's like. Matt, vocal feels high cut, maybe open it more. Vocal could use a little more mid or low frequencies, but I think just volume, vocal could be louder. It's okay that it's kind of subtle and quiet, but you know, it could be a little louder. Wait, let me go back. Now there's a new synth. I got it. Yeah, the bass line is boop, boop. I missed the bass line at the beginning because I felt like it was part of the percussion, like chuk, 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 chuk. Right there at 200. Okay. This one is kind of like a woody mid-range thing. And that sub part I don't think is helping it be clear. It fits so well in between the kick and the percussion that it doesn't really feel like a bass line, it just feels like chuk, 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 chuk. Because the kick is so big in the bottom, the low end of the sub is not really showing up for me. I'm so glad we have this section of just this bass part. What would happen if you made one bass sound that was filtered up to 120 and you push it from like 120 to 400 as like a kind of rhythmic thing? And then maybe notch out a little spot. I guess it's just a subtle bass line. I guess not every bass line has to pop out and be like whoop, 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 like Danax. Give me some help on this. How are you guys feeling? How do you feel the low end on other speakers and stuff? Yeah, that vocal definitely should be louder. I'm sure about that. Oh, Morton, thank you. That's the word, is a definition on the bass-kick relationship, because I felt the kick and felt the percussion part was like juk, 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 juk. It has that kind of chugga-chugga feel, but something about the bass line thing is like, it does need to be a little more focused somehow. Those chords really making the whole thing, that carries it. And that little brrrr. Yeah. I like the sound design and the percussion a lot. Yeah. Okay, so there is For me, you know what I would do is I would really let go of the sub end of this bass part, get it to 120 hertz, and turn it up louder first. Do some side chaining with the kick and see how that changes the track, and then possibly do some EQ on the upper part of the bass line, which is the low mids of the song. Wait. I'm gonna cut my low. That's the lowest cut in a boost around like 200 or 300. And back to flat. Because I do like how it comes in and makes a pressure and it's got like a scratchy feel. The bass is so stereo. Guess what time it is? Ozone spectrometer time. And we are in mono. And stereo. Good catch, Piv Clit. Stereo. Wait, do you guys not see the Ozone plugin? Yeah, you do. Okay, good. Yeah, I didn't even think of that part. So, a couple quick suggestions. If you really want to keep the sub part of that, I would split that, copy that bass, have one copy be the sub mono to work with the kick to have that doot doot pulse, and then the upper one, leave that stereo high pass filter above 125, and maybe make that a little bit louder so it's got the scratchy chuk 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 kind of thing. Bass is mono. Maybe I'm confused at which layer we're hearing. I know the pads are doing a wide stereo thing. Okay, well, we got a lot of talk going on about the low end, but the thing is that the track is basically playable already. Main thing I'm really feeling is the vocal thing should be louder, even though it's not a big part of the track and it doesn't happen very often, but when it does come in, I would like it to be louder. Yeah, just a little more of that would not be wrong. And everything else is cool, especially the little slurpy, glitchy sounds in the percussion. That. Yeah. Tick, tick, tick. Really good sound design. Good vibe, good vibe, good vibe. The deep chord thing totally takes that track, makes it amazing. So that's my opinion. It doesn't need a lot of work. So 92% done. I don't know. Did I miss anybody else? Let's see. We got. Wait, Morton said there's a new Ben Hunt mix. This is the final of what? Oh, is that to play today? Wait, Master of Ben's track. Okay, Amber. Oh, good. All right. Hold on. Let's get a separate tab. 40 minutes ago and then 38 minutes ago. So this is the one in Dub We Trust that I should play today. And I want to give a special shout out to, let's get this tab loading. Randy, update on Wednesday. All right, cool. Okay, this one is Master Revision 4. This one is Revision 10. Special shout out to anybody who puts revisions with numbers that make sense. Morton, let me know if you want version 10 or version 4. I love what you're doing with the attention to details on there. So, final for sure, version 8, 2.1, stop messing around. Let's check out what Phil Smith has been up to. Subtle Grit. Okay. EQ is flat, stereo, and level. Here we go. Okay, version 10. Gotcha. I thought so. Wow, this track is growing. There's a little interference between the kick and the sub because the bass notes are such a long, deep drone. I think that's a situation where the kick drum could have a shorter duration. Boop, boop. Be a real short pop. Oh, that's a cool beat. The filters on that synth. Yeah. That's a good look at the kick drum. So it's got two changes I would make. One, make the duration shorter, and two, EQ some of the low mids out to make it a real thumpy, deep one. Because all the like goof, 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 that part of the kick tone is interfering with the sub bass sound, and the bass is more important in this track because of how it's moving with the chords. Really nice synth work. I would even go some more delay on that blippy synth. Good stereo width. Like, it doesn't feel like a dry mix, but there's space to have some more reverb and delay on those synth flips. Oh, good comment. Like a heartbeat kick. Absolutely. Hi-hats could maybe come up a little bit. Wait, let me just roll it back. Here's some high EQ. There's a lot of cool, like, scratchy stuff happening in the hi-hats. Could be a little bit loud. Here's the heartbeat vibe. Tony, that's right. Your track is a download I got. Good point. Oh, that's so cool. All right. This is great. Seriously, this one, maybe change the kick drum or work on the kick drum a bit and get a little bit more wet effects on this synth. The random one, those are pretty minor changes, and this will be great. And Pill Smith, I'm not sure you caught the beginning. We are getting into talks now again about a Mix a Texture label, putting out a compilation, doing a few per year or more or whatever, and doing it with a team. So we want you to be part of that. I know we've talked about this in the past years ago, and I just wanted to make sure you know that's happening. There's a new channel in Discord that we can add you to, and this kind of music Well, for everybody who's listening, it's we're looking at a compilation of tracks of all types in the electronic world. Beats and bass is the recipe, and pretty much whatever else you're doing. And I'm excited about it. I forgot for a minute, now I'm like, oh yeah, thinking about it again. So this kind of thing would be great to have in there. And however much you want to be involved, we'd love to have you involved, because I know you've been here since pretty much the beginning of the Facebook group, and you have some good ideas on promotion and stuff. So that's the announcement. And bring that track back again next week or soon. A bit of ping pong delay on the synth. Yeah, something like some synth bouncing around. So I'm going to close that tab. We got some Ben Hunt, we got some Scott, and before I forget, let's get Tony Ryan, Vegas. This was in the, I think you put it in two places by mistake, in the acid area and the house area, so I'm not sure what we're listening to, but let's hear it. EQ's flat. Felt like that was outside my head, because little mashup. Good beats are at the right level with the vocal. Almost feels like a boom bap kind of beat. Interesting. It begins like a SoundCloud. All right, dig the breakbeat layers. I like how I kind of like that vocal level, like pretty bright compared to bass and beats. Yeah, that's a famous vocal sample, that song. I think that's in a movie I've seen recently. Whatever. And it might be like an old Beach Boys song. One thing I gotta say is I think the bass line and synths are not tuned to the same key that the original was in, because like bam, 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 bam. A, G sharp or A. I'm thinking the key signature, the tonic or the home of the central sound is in A. Got into a fight. Well, I feel so broken. I wanna go. Felt to me like the bass line came in at a different note compared to what the vocals were doing. Same key is apparently G. Huh? All right, let's skip through. I would try pitching the vocal down and see if it fits, if it feels better with the bass line, because they feel like they're clashing a little bit. Mindbender tune the drums to the bass, okay. What are you hearing in the drums? A snare or something, or a kick? I didn't really notice the drum tuning. Mostly it was the vocal and bass for me first. I like the sound of the drums, like the cracking, like breakbeat snap. It has like a good like grit on it. The fun thing is that it's like a recognizable track and then like a good beat, so it's gonna get people's attention and stuff. What about some amen drum break hi-hat kind of crash things? There's definitely space for some high frequency percussion hi-hats something. Oh, there you go. Were those in before? Oh yeah. I blame the Beach Boys. I like the groove. Definitely got the groove and the pace. Yeah, Tony, work on it a little bit and bring it back on Wednesday. This is gonna be a cool track. There we go. Yeah, this is heading in the right direction. It is. It's a cool combination. It's a good idea, good breakbeats, bass line synth, and then a vocal sample. Something needs to change a little bit. Maybe the vocal sample pitch down, or possibly the bass line. Just try taking all the MIDI notes and pitching them up a little bit, and like get those in sync, and then everything else will snap into focus more, and it'll basically be done. So harmonic stuff can make the track feel like, oh my God, it's never gonna get finished. But once you get them locked in, it really comes along quick. So Oliver, we're not doing this track, right? The operator thing. So let's do Scott Burke, who should be waking up soon. Morton, I could sing along with this one in a bar, and I never ever do that. Yeah, that's the thing, is you get a breakbeat track that people can sing along to, and that melody comes in, and they're gonna freaking love it. So Scott, EQ flat. Let's see what we got. And I hear that gate chattering. Do. And a little background fan. Right, okay, here we go. Love and Rockets with a couple of updates from last week. Let's see if we can telepathically have Scott Burke wake up and come into the stream. Oh, he might be looking for the last video link though, shit. Push up my level on this a little bit. That was a nice little break. Yeah, I think we're hearing the finished track too. Pitch. That delay shit, super good. chorus. Some of the drums cut out so the vocal came into focus. Right here. Right here. Feel. It's not a dropout, but it's a little bit of a wait, and then the hi-hat, and then into the chorus. That's so good. Subtle, good. Perfect mix with the vocals, hi-hat, clap. That was a good cymbal transition, yeah. The bridge right here, yeah. There we go. Nice job. Okay. Compositionally, for creative transcendence, on the word stop, and if you do something with lyrics and you can have the music change when the words change, but like it's like if the words were talking about the music. So in the lyrics, we just heard the words, if I could stop. And on the word stop, the beat did something that stopped. That was really cool. That's amazing. Tony Ryan is in G sharp. I think you're right. That's gonna fix everything. Just fix those MIDI notes. It's gonna be great. Glad we nailed that. That's what feedback's all about. Low end is tight. Bass line's nice and clear. Vocals are kinda good. So I think we're gonna have a Fifth Master coming up next week or next month. Yes. All right. That was my recommendation. That dive bomb in the gap right here. Check this out. Two times. Oh, fucking nasty. Look at that just one more time. And I was thinking about what some of the DJ Waters dive bombs we heard earlier. Oh, it goes so slow. Total earthquake dive bomb. That makes me happy. And not because I suggested it, but because I just think it sounds so good. That's an important note about tracks. It's like, it doesn't matter who has the idea. It's like, if it serves the music and makes it better, just go with what works. Even if it's your idea that you thought was good, and it's not working, just freaking ditch the idea that it doesn't work. As they say, if it's not making it better, it's making it worse. So strip down, simplify, be merciless on that. Yeah, the vocals sound fantastic. It definitely sounds done. This part, we're in the groove right here. Scott Berg's getting some claps. Tony Ryan, that's probably a track that's been abused in the karaoke universe, and I'm sure people do have it in different keys of interest for different keys. That delay sweep. That sounded like a reverse delay. Come on, let's hear that again. Oh my gosh, that's good. And then there's no other vocal, there's just like a hint. Really good. Totally tease the vocal, echo it, and then cut it out again. Freaking awesome. little blast of vocal and bringing the hi-hats back in right there. I thought, hey, like here I thought, oh, is this the end? Like right here you could be like, okay, fade it down, you know? But no. Gets nice and bright, hi-hat to keep the energy going. Morton, this I'm gonna play in Berlin this summer. Got a Sunday morning set. Scott Burke, you're gonna be getting some play. All right, there you go. Wah, wah. That's the kind of outro. You could mix the shit out of that with something else coming in. Hold on, is there a flanger going on at the end there? Canada getting some claps. Really good job. We heard just improvement after improvement. A couple of details got taken care of, and now it's just like the whole track all the way through. We're in it. There's little subtle details. That thing when it said something I wish I could stop, and it was like, whoosh, and the beat had a little glitch in there. That's my favorite part. And the ending's my favorite part. And the middle's pretty good too. And the dive bomb. It's got the ear candy in there. The mix is solid. I'm happy with that. Really nice work. Good job, good job. Okay. I'm just turning off that gate. I don't want to hear it chatter. So we got a Mindbender master. No other messages. I'm not taking any more. I'm not doing that one. And not version 4. So 2 more tracks. So this one, the one we're going to do last is the one that Morton and I have been working on. Let's check Ben Hunt, and I'm going to mute. Gymnasium reverb. Matt Schultz, so much quality stuff, these people should put out a compilation. Nice vocal right there. Talking about Lindstrom, like the Gentle Giant kind of vibe or something. Whoa, that sounds crisp. Where is Ben today? I like that squiggly. Like a little resonant filter sweeping a delay kind of thing. where sometimes I'm a little sensitive to mid-range. That area. I might debate you on the 1.5K EQing on the master, but being picky. This part is cool. Talk about something to loop, right? I love that ending. It's like I don't know, like peaceful or something. That is super cool. How do you guys feel about the mid-range? Like around here? That mid area feels a little bit too much for me. But that's being picky. Good job. I would call that definitely done and playable. So I'm going to fade it down. Sloop. And now the moment you've been waiting for. So, revision 10. And for anybody who doesn't know how to label your tracks, this is what you do. Tempo, key, format, 16-bit, 44.1K, revision 10. Just because it's easy to forget that stuff and it helps a lot to have it down there. And again, I give the credit to Mindbender on this one. I did some sound design on some beats and a synth layer and one of the arrangements of the structure, but he really made this one shine. Oh, DJ Waters, thank you. The Noise Control project is uploaded in Discord. If anyone in the Clap crew wants to get some slap and collapse. That bass sounds good. It's nice and round and not fuzzed. Turn the headphones up. I heard this on loop for like an hour already today. I'll be right back. little open hi-hat keeps the whole thing going for me. Oh, Matt, thank you. All right, so I think we might submit this in the Insectorama thing. I think that'd be cool. We gotta talk about it. The crash. This whole bass line changing right here is all marked. Bow, 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 bow. Now the synth is like growing. We got some piano pinging and bonging. And the beat is still cranking along. Now we got a shaker in there. Vocals and the strings right here are so good. And that background rhythm is like, there's something that's like really subtle. So Morten put up a photo of the effects rack with like the SPX 90 and all this rack gear that's like, I'm wondering like which one of those is like getting in the mix. Or if you don't have to tell us, I don't need to know if it is. I'm guessing 32-bit would be okay. If they want 24, you can 32-bit. I'm guessing that's probably alright. Finger in the air moment. Oh, Matt Schultz, good, thank you. Low end is solid. Yeah, there was one mix where I played it in the car and the bass line was like, and my car did not like it. Now this one feels like the kick and the sub are really nicely together. And for me, it has that continuous thing that a dub vibe needs, where you're just in it and it's like, it's not about song sections or whatever, it's just like you're getting the flow. Let me just rewind. There is an instrument, the Dub Techno Chords rack, that sparked the idea for this track. That, which is in Discord in the preset section. Listen to that kick. I'm giving my mentor some claps on this one. Really well done. So much fun and so far along compared to what. Like, I took the Dub Techno Chords rack and made a track with kick drum, sub bass, the chords, and some beats, and I was like, "Ooh, it's cool, it's all great." And he took it like another universe. Really, really cool. I'm super happy with this one, and I hope they take it on Insectorama. But beyond that, as I click the one play switch, what we're gonna do into the promo land is for anybody who is for some reason still watching or came in late or is watching the replay, it is time to really pick up the conversation on a Mixitecture label to put out some releases. And I think we are going to start with a compilation of the amazing music coming out from this group and put it together probably on Bandcamp to start with. And if we can get, I'm kind of just repeating some of the ideas that I've collected from people who are chiming in ideas. It seems like it would be a smart idea to start with a compilation, do a couple of them, and have a few good releases first, and then possibly get into label works and doing releasing out to other platforms and everything. So I've always loved the idea, and I've always said, I don't want to do it badly, I want it to be awesome. And I've always said I'm going to need some help. Well, guess what? We got the help. We got a crew of people who all care about it and want it to happen, who have a lot of different skills, including all the online stuff, the graphics, the video production to show off little snippets. And what's really important to me is do a ton of promo even before the release is out to show off little things like the pre-release playlist or 45-second clips of every track that's going to be on there, and making it kind of a fun process where people are involved and we get a lot of excitement so that when it does come out, we have a ton of people sharing it and promoting it and enjoying it, and we come out with a compilation that's fun to listen to. I like when albums have little skits in between the tracks that are little stories or like sonic clips. Like, on hip-hop albums, they have like people talking and doing stuff, but for an electronic album, maybe we could have little like momentary sonic explorations that are just some weird sound for 30 seconds between tracks. There's a lot we could do. So don't send it to me. So that's the conversation that's happening. If you want to be part of it, if you're watching and you haven't heard me say this yet, I'm open to anybody being involved who can contribute some kind of help with promotion, with the functions that go into making a release, and we can get you into the Discord channel to talk about that stuff, because there's a lot of things that have to happen, including just the legwork of organizing stuff and keeping track of calendar dates, timelines, who put in what stage it's at, and all the communication things, because I do get overloaded with all the communication from what I'm doing here and with other things. So I would like to have a good team where we can figure out calendar date, release date, timeline, work backwards from there, figure out the parts we need, and then also a release schedule, because we got a lot of great music, and we are going to have too many tracks for one release, pretty much guaranteed. So maybe we'll get 2 releases in the pipeline, figure out what goes on the first one, the second one, maybe even plan a schedule. And I'm excited about it, because this is going to be something that takes the group to another level. And in general, our vibe has always been cooperation instead of competition. So it's not going to be about who has the best track. It's not about who has the first track. It's not about who's number one, track one on the release. Like, none of that matters. It's like who puts the most energy into making this whole thing be a great vibe that fits together. That's what I'm into. So I know that people who are here are pretty much into that same thing. So that's what we're looking at. I don't have Discord open yet, so I'm not going to show you the channel, but it says MXT record label. And if you're interested in being part of it and contributing and helping us make it a reality, let me know on Discord. I can add you into that channel, and we'll keep the conversation going. And if you have any questions, let me know. But it is 2 o'clock, so it means time for me to do my laundry. First one is a Frenchcore album, everything at 290 BPM with no hi-hats to be seen. DJ Water is the enforcer of vibe. That's right. I'm kidding. That's not what it's going to be. Let me fade this down. And for anybody who's like super, super, super new to the universe of Mixitecture, this is the Mixitecture member site, courses.mixitecture.com. Everybody should go there and sign up for the free presets to get into some custom effects racks and instruments and things you can play with that you can download for free to spark some new ideas. The instructions section is open as free teaser, but it's totally free. You just sign up and put in your email address. You can get bass instruments, synth racks, mix tools, effects racks, drum racks, and those are all available for free. And then you'll get on the Mixitecture mailing list, which is super important, because understand that Facebook is not going to be around forever. You don't need me to explain that. Facebook's not going to be around forever. You want to be on the Mixitecture mailing list, so no matter what happens, I can get in touch with you and bring you over to whatever the next zone is going to be. For example, the Track Feedback crew on Discord. And don't miss out on these other courses. These have free teaser modules, so if you're interested in learning how to EQ or something, click in, check it out, and go through the thing about this course to figure out, is this the right course for me? I'm never going to try and sell you a course unless you need it. And to help you understand if you need that technique or that tool, look at the teaser modules to see if you need it. There's all kinds of fun stuff in there that we can go through more in more promo later. The Track Feedback Crew is happening on Discord, which means you go to discord.com, download the version of the program for your computer. Discord is a separate program like Skype or Zoom, and you download it for free, open it up, and it's sort of like a chat app where you can kind of find the person and start a chat with them, but you find the company. So you can connect with the Mixitecture server, which is the word for kind of contact. And then once you're in there, there's a whole world of us talking about production, tips, free plugins, presets, content that people make from the group and share, like the kick drum rack or, the dub techno chords or something. And that's also where you find the feedback channels for specific genres, so you can put in your track for house or techno or acid breaks or down tempo or whatever you're doing and get feedback from people who make the same kind of music as you. And that is what is bringing us to have these amazing tracks so quickly, really. Matt Schultz will be out from Monday to Monday. See you in a week. Really, he's going in his dub submarine to make secret tracks. Come back with some secret tracks. So get Discord, connect with Mixitecture, join the Track Feedback Crew, and you can get amazing feedback to help you get your tracks ready for release, which really, really works. I don't think you need me to say this, but making music in your own world by yourself, there's a time to do that, to develop your own creativity, and then there's a time to bring it to a group and get some feedback, so you know that your kick drum and your sub and your vocals and your hi-hats and everything sound right and feel good, and everybody else is in the same vibe. So I really love what's happening in this group. Thank you so much to everybody for being part of it and sharing your good ideas and tips and everything. I'm super excited to see what happens with this compilation project, and maybe we can even set a date for late spring, early summer, something like that, to get the first version out there. We do not have a shortage of music. We just have a shortage of organization and getting it done and putting it on the calendar. So let's make that happen. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Steve Knotts. See you later.